What's up, Wolfman fans? I'm back with another video. I'm sorry this is another rando video. I haven't done an edited video in a while, a good edited video. And that's because I'm having some issues, some slight issues with, converting camera to computer and doing all that. It's kind of been a pain. At the same time, I'm also trying to get my studio up and running. And it's less of a studio, more of just like an office space that I use to make videos. But again, it's not ready for use just yet. So, excuse me, I got that going on. But also, life is what it is, and got a lot of things going on. I do appreciate it. I've had a couple of you guys really check in on me and make sure I was doing okay, because I wasn't being as frequent with my videos as I usually am, and or as I have been in the past rather, and I appreciate that. I very much appreciate that from you guys. Really shows that I have people, I do have more people that actually care about what I have to say. That's pretty awesome. So with that being said, I think I owe it to you guys to be a little more consistent with my videos. I do apologize, even if it's just something like this. It's very organic. There's no edits. It's just me being me. So I owe it to you guys to continue doing what I do, and that's where I'm at. So, anyways, moving on into my topic tonight. I've had people ask me if I'm going to make some commentary on the whole Greta Thunberg incident with her and her involvement in the UN and the whole climate change thing. And here's my one and only real statement about this. Guys, I don't care who you are, we shouldn't be listening to the opinions of a high school sophomore from Sweden. Like, show me her doctorate in climatology, and then we'll talk. Until then, she's just another pawn being used to spread a narrative. That's really all it is. Be mad about it all you want. The girl, she's acting a part. And this is being pushed by her parents. I do believe that it's wrong of her parents to do it, and I believe it's even more wrong for anybody in a governmental position or a position of authority such as that to agree to do that. I think it's wrong. So personally, I don't pay her much mind. I do recall the quote where you've stolen my childhood. No, nobody really did. I mean, you need to talk to your parents about that if you think your entire childhood has been stolen. I think you need to talk to your parents about that. But anyway, moving on. They're trying to impeach Trump now. They're pushing for the whole impeachment proceedings and stuff. They're pushing for that. Nancy Pelosi, really blows my mind that she's actually been the one that's come out to push that. But I don't know. We shouldn't be really surprised. I mean, nothing else that they've done has worked, so why not? Let's go all in, go for broke, shoot the moon, that kind of thing. They still have nothing. Adam Schiff got up before Congress and openly lied about the conversation between President Trump and the Ukrainian president and what was said, and then he turned around when he was called on it and lied again, saying, oh, it was just parody, you shouldn't have taken it serious, taken it verbatim, it was just a parody of what the kind of things he might have said. Okay, but you presented it as fact, even to the point where you were reading it from a transcript. You had it on the podium, and you would be saying part of it and then stop, look down, and then continue as if you were actually reading it from a document. So if it was parody, you had to write it down. All right, fine, but it's still parody. Why did you bring it before Congress? Why did you bring it up? That's not something that that's not something that should be allowed. And at this point, he's lost all credibility at all. And if there's anything that, in my mind, constitutes a good reason for a forcible removal from office, that's it. He should be forced to resign. That's just all there is to it. Anybody who does anything like that and openly gets out in front of Congress with some complete made-up BS and tries to say that, oh, this is what somebody else said, to try to further a goal, some kind of a political goal, you need to be pushed out, because you are clearly a corrupt individual. And we see your motives now. You've played your hand. So that's where that's at. But I honestly have a real big, I kind of a fear for 2020, guys. And you may agree with me, you may disagree with me, that's fine. But understand this. The president, they didn't want him the first time around. I don't think he got a fair shake the first time around. They didn't like him before he even was president and started enacting any policies. He hadn't done anything yet, and they didn't like him. So of course, when he got into office and started doing things, whatever those things may have been, be it, you know, trying to push for that kind of peace with North Korea, or the border wall, or whatever you want to say, of course they're going to fucking hate him for that. He didn't get a fair shake from the get-go. Now, I could go all day and speculate as to why, but that's not the point of this video. Really, this is just a quick video to kind of give you guys basically an intro into what my next video is going to be about, and this one I really have a lot to say, and that may be coming out tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I'm going to start putting these videos out probably a lot more frequently, but also seemingly a lot more random. It's going to be more like this, and I'm going to be really trying to get my editing stuff back up and running well, to make all that, to make all that happen again. But anyways, what I'm going to be talking about, 2020. It worries me. Why it should worry you. Now, you could say all day, look, it's just going to be another election. No big whoop. Here's my problem. Say Trump does get elected again. They didn't accept it the first time. And after all their efforts, he gets all their efforts to prevent him, to either impeach him and get him out of office, or to prevent him from becoming president a second time, from serving a second term. If that fails, can you imagine the level of outrage and the craziness that's going to go down because of that? I personally worry about such things. So again, this is my opinions. These don't reflect the opinions of anybody, any group or organization that I may be a part of or not, whatever. These are my personal opinions and my personal concerns. Everybody is entitled to their own personal opinions. I'm worried about what's going to happen. Now, let's say that President Trump doesn't get elected for a second term. Can you imagine the craziness if one of these Democratic candidates becomes president? And that's not to say that any one of them is going to actually act upon the proposals that they have stated, the things that they want to do when they get into office. Because in actuality, there's statistically a good chance that they won't act on any of it. It's just hot air. That's all it is. It's just talking points that they're using to try to gather votes, to try to get people's attention. The more outlandish you are, the more attention you gain. Therefore, technically, the more popularity, the more you become a face in the public eye, which technically, that increases your chance of being voted for. So, interesting strategy, but it also has one big drawback. It makes a lot of people hate you. So if you do get elected into office, I'm not saying that people on the right-wing side of the aisle, on the right side of the aisle, are going to be anywhere near as insane as the people on the left, but I can't see that it's going to be very nice. And let's say that they do actually try to enact some of the policies that they would like to enact, like, I don't know, gun control, gun confiscation. Good old Beto O'Rourke is a good example. What if that did happen? My concern is we wouldn't be in for a second American Civil War. No, sir. This would be far worse. This would be a second American Revolution. American Revolution Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Get ready. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but the possibility is very, very real. And I plan to go a little more in depth on this in the future, as I said in another video. But that is, I think, my biggest concern as we start gearing up and getting ready for the 2020 elections. That's going to be, I think, one of my biggest concerns. What's going to happen and what's going to be the outcome? So, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, pray for this country. You know, pray for the president and his safety and everything, his wisdom, or the wisdom of God to be granted to our president in his efforts to steer this country in a better direction. Just pray for this country, guys. Prayer is going to be an amazing thing. And it's going to honestly maybe the only thing that can save us. I can tell you what, a conversation I was having with a buddy of mine about the whole gun confiscation thing. I don't know how they would push for that, how they would act it out, how they would go about trying to enforce it. But God help them. That's all I'm going to say. There will, if such things do start taking place, I don't know, they've already done the red flag gun confiscation for a few different individuals. Like the first time they tried it, somebody was killed. That should have been a warning, ironically, a red flag right then and there. But apparently some places still think that that's a great idea. So, we'll keep seeing what happens. You guys keep your head on a swivel. Say your prayers, definitely say a prayer. But keep your head on a swivel and keep learning. Keep thinking about what's going on. Keep it in mind and keep trying to find the truth. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, and I will be glad to, again, respond and discuss with you. And be on the lookout for my next video, which I will go further in depth on my thought processes over a second American Revolution, which I'm going to say is going to be ugly if it does happen, if such things do come to pass. But until that time, thank you guys for your continued support, and thank you guys for watching, and as always, you guys take it easy. We'll see you in the next video. Later.